everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the Nampa School Podcast. Today is Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. Crazy to think it's Tuesday, July 9th already.
Yeah.
It seemed like yesterday was the 4th of July, and not to go too off topic, but if I was alive during the Revolutionary War and that's how it sounded like it did in my neighborhood, I can see why people were freaking out over that stuff.
Not as colorful.
Crazy.
Yeah, not as colorful. Definitely not as colorful.
We assume.
So, as always, my name is Tyler Keefe. I'm the Digital Communications Specialist for Nampa School District, and joining me, as always, is my co-host and partner in crime, Matt Sizemore. Matt, how you doing?
I'm good. Just throw it out there. We actually do not commit crimes, so just throwing that out there for everybody, just to clarify. Thanks, Tyler, for having me. Of course, you were mentioned 4th of July. We took that hiatus from the podcast to enjoy ourselves and say happy birthday to our wonderful country. I am thrilled, though, to be back in action here and beyond excited to be chatting about what we're going to be talking about today involving school activities, cameras. Love those both. Yay, activities. We're going to welcome back on that note District Activities Director Will Barber. Will, welcome back.
Oh, it's great to be back. You know, any chance I get to come in and visit with you guys, and as always, you know, if you can't find somebody, then I'm always there. So I appreciate you guys having me back.
Indeed.
Yeah, you know, one thing we were talking about before we hit record, even though I did hit record, but I'll edit it out, is...
Oh, we're live.
We were. Is both you two did announcing, like PA announcing at sporting events. And so one of these weeks we're going to have to do a announce off.
Ooh.
Give you a list of names.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, let's get ready to rumble. Let's do this.
No, that'd actually be really fun to do, especially because sports, something that I love, but part with sports, like you were saying, the cameras. Mm-hmm. So something new that's coming into the district this year, we're bringing Hudl in. Now, Hudl is a platform that will allow a lot of different things, especially for our coaches, our student athletes, but not only for sports. So, Will, can you kind of give us a breakdown of what Hudl is and how all activities are going to be able to take advantage of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Hudl's been around for a while. The coaches and directors in our district have utilized it before for a number of things, scouting, personal videos for college recruiting, just game film to watch, you know, just in preparation and things that for game management. So they've utilized Hudl before in that regard. We're adding cameras now where Hudl has a system where we utilize their camera network where we can still do those same things that our coaches and directors have used it for in the previous years. But now we can use it as a platform, as you mentioned, Tyler, where we can get the video footage out where people that are not present at the event or the games in person, they can also be part of the action and see those things live from their living rooms, wherever they're at. So, you know, some new things that are coming in. We're learning more about those new systems. Don't have everything all figured out perfectly yet, but we're working on that, and we'll get some information out to everybody on what that's going to look like for the future.
Now, we've had a partnership in the past with a previous company, you know, whatnot, but it was time for us to look for something different because I know we wanted something that could really do more. And previously, you could pretty much watch sport, and that was it. Mm-hmm. How does Hudl differ in that?
Well, I think with the Hudl system now, coaches or directors can record their practices. They can utilize it a little bit more in a robust way where they can put it in the hands of their players and participants, where they can pick segments out for them to study, to utilize, again, for game management and strategy. So there's a lot of things that they've already utilized it for, but now with their actual Hudl cameras being in our gyms and in our multi-purpose stadiums, we can utilize it in different ways.
So kind of speaking to that really quick, and Matt, you might be going in the same direction. So this upcoming year, I know marching band is going to have like fifth period. They're going to have the new athletic fields, multi-purpose fields, as you're calling it. They're going to have them open for them to utilize during the day, which is huge. will those same cameras be able to be used for the band director to be able to watch what they're doing?
Absolutely. And so in the past, the coaches or the directors would have to set up those cameras themselves, where now they can utilize the Hudl system by just going online and setting up 12:45 to 1:30 as a segment of time they want recorded. And so they can set up a schedule to record those things and then take that and break those pieces down and send those out to their trumpet section or send those out to whatever they would like to get better at, and have them view those things and review the details to help improve our performances.
And does it also pick up sound? Do you know?
Ooh, good question.
Because I know you're learning a lot about this stuff in the meantime. So if you don't know, it's okay. We'll find out.
That is a good question, Tyler, and I don't think I have an exact answer to that. I think that is something where in the gyms, I believe the sound would probably come in better. I don't know. That's a good question.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So with this system, and Hudl, by the way, spelled Hudl. Good to point that out for people. This is something that I don't know as much about as I'd like to. I've seen student athletes using it in the past few years, which is something amazing to basically create their own athletic reels and send out to coaches. And I know that's how it's primarily been used, but or I shouldn't say that. That's a way it's been used. But with the school district here getting this system, this will go, I assume, into all 3 high schools. Is that right?
All 3 comprehensive high schools, right, in the gyms and on the multi-purpose facilities.
God, so this is going to cover, basically all sports, or I should say most sports, most activities?
Most. We'll see how things go.
Okay.
And then we'll take a look at maybe expanding to some other areas, because I'm sure all the other sports and activities also would like to maybe participate in this if we can do that and if it's feasible.
Gotcha. So how parents, grandparents, other family members that want to watch their student athlete play, but maybe live in another state or can't make it out that night, it's going to be really, really easy for them to watch those games, right?
It's going to be really easy for them to access that. We'll send out more information in the next couple of weeks. We're finalizing some details on what that's going to be, what the cost factor is going to be, what the accessible, what the details are to access the games and the performances.
Yeah, gotcha.
Now, something other than athletics and activities, I guess, per se. It's kind of activity, but I'm envisioning Nampa High's Veterans Day assembly. It's a big deal. And last year, somebody asked me when I was there taking pictures, like, I want to be able to watch this or send this to my parents to watch, something like that. And I was like, we have the capability. We use different means, but does this also open the door for assemblies in the gyms as well?
Absolutely. That's something that anything that's going on in the gym, anything that's going on that football, soccer field, multi-purpose field, that's going on the weekends, we can utilize that and stream those things to the folks that want to access them just by setting up those recordings, and then obviously sending that out to our viewership as a possibility, put it on a calendar so people can access that and know what's going on. But I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. Veterans Day assembly, a PE class having a competition, a volleyball competition to end their unit. They could record that. Kids could access it. Just some cool ideas of ways that we can promote our activities that are going on.
And speaking of that, so looking at promotions and something, so this is something that I know we as a district really wanted to invest in. And it's a way that we can really bring the community from afar in at the same time. Now, previously it's been pretty much basketball or football that have utilized any cameras in the gyms or on the fields. But now we're talking about a lot more, so it's going to really widen the reach, a lot of different things. But it's also only been varsity, from my understanding. Now it really opens the door for JV, freshman teams, really anything. And if somebody, let's say, rents out Nampa High's field for an adult football game, they can tap into that as well. Am I understanding all that correctly?
Absolutely. And even as we speak and go through this, the ideas are coming as far as what we could use it for. So, yeah, anything that's going on those facilities, if we deem it something that we would like to have it streamed and put it out there. I think those are some ideas and things that we can start promoting and start working on.
Now, with all of that stuff, and Matt, cut me off. You got another question. I keep hearing out there, how can we become involved, like people in the community? And we keep joking about, calling this the Les Schwab studio or something like that, or the Casa Robles studio, something like that. Is that going to be an opportunity that people have, that they can actually sponsor games, sponsor teams, or, really just sponsorship in general for the Hudl live streams?
It's a feature in Hudl that if we would like to add sponsorships, where if Les Schwab Tire wants to become the soccer sponsorship at Nampa High, we could do that and put sponsorships underneath the feed somewhere, maybe in the break. Again, some of those details we're working out on what that's going to look like, but that's what we want to do, is get more community involvement. And if that's the way they want to try to support those programs, we are looking forward to doing that. So,
and if that's something that they are interested in, should they reach out to you directly?
Absolutely. Yeah, just reach out to me, shoot me an email, and we'll set up what that's going to look like.
And so your email, wbarber@nsd131.org.
Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Will, I need to know, I can only imagine you've had several conversations with coaches, activity directors about this new system. What are they saying, and how it's going to benefit them with the district getting this, as well as their students?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the access, just the access to the events that are going on, and not having to set up the cameras and then upload the information. There are features that we're researching and within Hudl that will make it easier for them to manipulate the plays, or just different percentages of things that go on during a basketball game. Hudl has a lot of features that I'm learning about. Many of them know some of those things that they've already utilized, but I think the biggest thing is that access to them, and then not having to set up and already having those cameras in place, and then utilizing them in ways that we just have not done in the past.
Yeah, and Tyler, you and I have done a little research on it. You probably know more about it than I do, but we were watching some tutorial videos on it, and I was incredibly impressed, specifically watching a couple highlights of a basketball game, just how the motion tracking is incredibly seamless, just going back and forth on the court. But then the crazy thing is, I guess it would be the AI involved in it, keeping track of who's taking shots and from where. It's able to keep score for you basically through the system. I mean, this is incredibly intuitive, and I think it's going to be just a game changer. To be a student athlete right now is just, it's the coolest to be able to go pretty much watch the game you just played that night and see what you feel you did wrong or did not do wrong. Check out your stats, check out your highlights and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, there's some really cool stuff in it, and we saw the promo wheel, so we don't really know how it works,
Yep.
On the inside. But, the things that it can do, like the coach in me is like, holy cow, that's going to be really cool to be able to truly figure out the tendencies of the other team. They go left a lot. They go left. They always shoot from the left corner. The volleyball, they're always going to this one. They're trying to pass it to this one person all the time. So
NASCAR, they're always turning left.
Always turning left in NASCAR.
We now know. Thanks,
now you
Hudl.
threw me off. Jeez. No. But no, I think there's a lot out there with Hudl. And, Will, as you said, we're just scratching the surface and learning it. And I'm excited because it opens up the door for me and for you, Matt, because now we can get volleyball highlights and put them out through the week. We can get the football highlights. We can get, basketball highlights. We can do a lot of this stuff that we've never been able to do unless people send it to us. Now we just have it. So I'm super excited for that.
We could put together a little mock Sports Center show, possibly. Ooh, I'm promising too much.
Yeah, might need to get an NSC sports director going on here. But no, there's a lot going on with Hudl, and we're gonna have a lot more to share in the coming weeks. As August is coming up quick. And, Will, I know one thing that you're working on is getting the ADs together so that we can bring in Todd Katie, we're going to talk about Columbia. Let's just talk about Columbia for 20 minutes. Then we'll bring in Carp, talk about Nampa High. We'll bring in Bonds, talk about Skyview, and just kind of have like a show for each of the three. And then as this evolves into the school year, we're going to be doing a lot more of those opportunities. So with that, we're going to kind of end this up because we wanted to keep it a little bit shorter this week. But I do have my bonus question for you two. And I told you guys I wasn't going to tell you anything about it.
Oh, boy.
But the bonus question this week, best 4th of July movie.
Oh, I got mine. Go ahead, Will, unless you need to think about it.
I need to think about that.
Independence Day.
1 or 2?
One for sure.
Okay.
Oh, easily
I can
one.
respect that.
Oh, my gosh. The speech from, what's his name? Gary Pullman?
Bill
Pullman?
Bill
Gary.
Pullman.
I'm thinking of Gary
It's
Oldman.
Gary.
And Bill.
It's Gary.
Yeah, it's Bill Pullman.
Oh,
There's Gary Oldman, who was not in that,
Oh, well, there
and
you go.
Bill Pullman. His speech as president,
Whatever.
Was
Yeah.
that-
Yeah. I just watched it too on
Whitmore, I
the 4th.
think,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like
It is Whitmore.
Is it?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh, why do I know this? The useless information I have stuffed in my brain that I don't need anymore. Yeah, that's just a classic 4th of July movie, and then just going up to July 1st, July 2nd, July 3rd. Today we celebrate our Independence Day, and then
And we
they
will
save the
not go
world.
quietly into the night.
No, we will not. No, President Whitmore. Great movie, love it. That's mine.
that's a great choice. I'm just trying to think of 4th of July movies in general.
Or American
I mean,
movie.
Oh, there's all kinds of just celebration around the 4th of July, summer movies and whatnot. But yeah, I think you stumped me today. I'm just trying to think of 4th of July. You
I'm
got
going
me.
with Sandlot.
Sandlot's a good one.
It's a very small part, but where the boys just all stop playing the game for a second, and they just awestruck by all the fireworks.
Okay.
It just hits
Forgot about
every
that.
time. It's
That's a classic.
Yeah.
you got the kids not caring about anything outside of baseball.
Yeah.
And then you have the fireworks, them stopping, and then one of the kids still wanted to play. But
Yeah.
it's just how it rolls.
I coached my son in a tournament. It was right around the 4th of July. We were up in Sun Valley in Wood River. And we had a couple of bikes that we'd brought up there. And there was a bunch of us that got on them, some of the players and then some of the coaches. And we rode our bikes in from where we were camping to the baseball field. And somebody mentioned that comment, hey, what is this, the Sandlot? You guys come cruising in on your bikes? So that's my 4th of July Sandlot story there.
That's awesome.
It was
There you
actually
go.
pretty cool. The kids loved it. It was
Nice.
probably our favorite tournament of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Well, anything else as we close up episode 3?
I'm just really excited to see Hudl throughout the district, see how it's going to be used with all the sports and all the activities, and know that I will be able to watch any of those activities going on from wherever I am at any time. That's just really cool. And parents, grandparents, like I was saying, everybody else should be incredibly excited as well because, it's I think about back when I was playing sports. God, I wish we had something like that back in the day 100 years ago because all my grandparents and family live mostly on the East Coast, so they've never been to one of my games, football, track, whatever it was. So now they'll be able to do that with all their student athletes and students and activities here at the Nampa School District. Very exciting.
Yeah, I would just echo that. At all levels are going to benefit. The viewers that you mentioned, the coaches, the players, there's just all the levels are going to be able to be supported with Hudl. And so we're excited. I mean, we're really excited about what it's going to bring to the Nampa School District. So, yeah.
Well, that'll do it for episode 3 of the Nampa School District Podcast. Tune in next week for more shenanigans.
Maybe we'll name the podcast. Who knows?
No,
No crimes, though. No
Yeah,
crimes.
crimes.
guys.
No crimes.
No.
Good times, guys. That was fun.
Nicely done. No
Good work
crimes.
this